Morning. Time is 01:26 in the fucking morning. Still want to be a trucker?
Take the next left onto Ocean Boulevard.
Fucking hell. Well, I got down to the docks yesterday afternoon. Box off. And by the time I'd got the box off and got back and refueled, it was just gone 4 o'clock. Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
Prepare to enter the roundabout after 0.4 minutes.
Now the problem you have leaving here at 4 o'clock is that you're not going to get anywhere to park until about, or not get to the next service station along from here is Clackett Lane, and then Cobham, whatever you want to call it, Cobham, and then Fleet.
Roundabout, take the second exit.
I had a bit of driving time. I would have been able to get to Clackett Lane or Cobham, but that would have been about it.
Enter the roundabout, take the second exit.
And I would have got to Clackett Lane probably about 5:30, depending on the traffic. Could have even been 6 o'clock.
Take the second exit.
And for those of you that don't know Clackett Lane, it ain't the biggest in the world. And come 6 o'clock, you got fucking no hope of getting in. In fact, probably come 5 o'clock you'd be struggling.
Prepare to enter the roundabout after 6 miles.
Cobham would be the same. And if you did manage to get down to Fleet, again you'd have no chance. So rather than hang myself out to dry, I elected to stay. I elected to stay in, not changing down there, bizarrely. I elected to stay back at Gateway like this. Back at Gateway. However, that puts me at a disadvantage today.
After 1,000 feet, enter the roundabout, take the second exit onto the runway.
Because it's a 2.5 to
Enter the roundabout, take the second
3 hour drive, depending on diversions, if there are any, which I think there are. And
enter the roundabout after 1 mile.
3 hours down to Southampton. Then I've got to come back to Barking. Oh, now I've got to go on the docks. Docks on. So you've got to allow an hour on the docks. And an hour's drive. Time you fucked about and shuffled in and out and fucking done all that bollocks. Half an hour to an hour. So that's 4 hours. And then 3 hours back at the Barking. 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of driving. And then 3 hours back down again. 7, 8, 9. So I'm on 9 hours of driving, chucking into my temp. I don't know if I'm going to get back or not, because that's the traffic. So getting around the M25 on a Friday. It's going to be a fucking tough one. So we'll just see how it goes today. See how it goes.
1,000 feet, enter the roundabout, take the second exit onto Stamford bypass.
There. Is the road open or closed?
Enter the roundabout, take the second exit.
I think it's open. Doesn't say it's closed. only about a 10-minute detour there. Don't know how much you can see, but yeah, then straight down to the M25, over the bridge. And then M25, M3 and down. Now I think where I joined 271, I think that's shut. Which means I've got to divert through Southampton City Centre, which is a pain in the arse. So I was hoping to stop at Raynham's and get a 45 in, but oh, I don't know. Fuck it, it's just because there's no parking down there at all near the docks. Fucking ridiculous. So I might have to try and pull into Winchester. But Winchester's really small. And by the time I get there, people right and left. Fucking, I tell you what, truck parking in the UK, well, truck parking anywhere, it doesn't matter what fucking country you're in, I think, it's just ridiculous. For the amount of trucks, we've all got to take breaks, fucking, you know, there's a legal obligation to fucking take them, but where the fuck do we take them? I've started and it's only fucking 1:30 in the morning. Anyway, I'll speak to you as I go over the bridge. I don't know how much you'll see, but you'll see a bit of the bridge. Speak to you later. Hello! We're just coming up.
Roundabout, take the first exit.
About to join the M25. Looking nice and quiet. See the red lights of the bridge up ahead. Mile-an-hour speed limit. Very quiet, as you'd expect at fucking 1:42. It'll be a bit different when I come back up here later on. It'll be chock-a-block. Oh, don't start, hiccups. That's us on the bridge. Try some height. Nothing behind me. front. So why is he sat in that lane? Just sat in that lane. And I'm catching him up. Requirement to be in that lane if you're carrying on until you start climbing up the hill.
Prepare to keep right after half a mile.
There you go. But not back here. What is he doing? Is he pissed? No idea what he's saying. He's a taxi driver. Fuck's sake.
Keep right. Prepare to keep right towards M23, towards Dover.
Fucking unbelievable. Shut. Doesn't affect me. So anyway, too dark to see anything. So I'll speak to you all later. Cheers, mate. Hello. Well, where do I start? I guess. You left me, I think, going over the Dartford Bridge. Or I left you.
After 1.1 miles, keep left towards M3, towards London.
Anyway, Google Maps told me that the M271, which is the link road from the M3, sorry, the M227, which is the link road from the link motorway from the M3 to the M271, which takes me down into Southampton Docks. Was closed. So I was wondering how I was going to get around that. I have to go through the city centre. Cheers. Could have moved over. You didn't. Well, I got down here, I thought, should I go to Winchester Services? And then I thought, no, I won't go bother with Winchester Services. I'll go straight on, and worst case scenario, I'll go back to the yard. I've got time, it just means that I'd be on the docks a little bit later. I'd planned in a 45-minute break. So anyway, I get down here, and the fucking road's open. So I managed to get in the randoms. Had a break, not a successful one, because there was a fucking fridge unit chugging away, not next to me, but close enough to make the difference. And it's one of those fridge units that fucking rumbles and doesn't have a constant tone. It changes revs. So it's all over the place. So, you know, every time it fucking changes, and it can change a couple of times every minute. And then it goes off, and then you go, peace at last. I just nod off, and then it fucking starts again. Fucking hell. So, yeah, I didn't really get any sleep there. I was hoping to get half hour in, but no, it didn't fucking plan to go to plan. So no, the time now is 5:48. I had a slot on the dock at 5 o'clock, and I got on the docks at bang on 5 o'clock. Straight in, straight through, onto my slot, and as I was reversing onto my slot, the fucking straddler was waiting with a box. I was loaded, start to finish, 8 minutes. Fucking brilliant. So back up the road, I was stopped in Randoms, I just needed to go to the loo and brew some coffee up to power me back to within around 20 minutes of where I started this morning. Yeah. So, all the way back up to Barking, Dagenham, I don't know, somewhere around there. It's 114 miles away anyway. So we'll see what the M25 is like. Who knows? So it looks like it's going to be a sunny day. The sun's rising. Looks nice. You'll see it as I come around here. Look at that. See the pinky sky. So hoping for an easy run up, because I'm fucking tight on hours today. Tight on hours. Not a heavy box. She ain't heavy. I think it's only about 10 tonnes. So that shouldn't slow us down really. Yeah, yawning well, but that's hardly surprising seeing as I fucking started work at 1:10 and this morning. Still want to be a trucker? Fucking hell. My body clock's all over the fucking place. I don't know whether I'm fucking Ford or Patterson. Clean me mirrors though. Didn't clean me fucking window, idiot. What did she just say then? I don't know, fucking ignore her half the time. Right, so the plan is, unless I'm going to piss myself, it's straight through. Or if the time looks like it's gone from where it is now to another and adds on any more time, if it's that, does that make any sense? Right, it's telling me I'm going to be there for about 8 o'clock. If it looks like I'm going to be there for 9 o'clock because the fucking Dartford fucking bridges, the tunnel's shut or something stupid, then I'm going to be stopping at Clacky Lane to relieve myself. So everything at the moment is going to plan, and the plan is to get home tonight, because I'd forgotten, because my memory's like a fucking sieve. So I'm going to Dorchester tomorrow morning to pick a chair up. I'd forgotten all about that. And from where I live to Dorchester isn't that far. It's probably about an hour. Yeah, about an hour and a bit, baby. But that isn't the furthest I've ever been to pick a chair up. So when my gorgeous Kira said to me, "Oh, I bought a chair off Bay or eBay or wherever she bought it from," I thought to myself, okay, the last time we bought chairs off the internet, I went to Edinburgh to collect them. Yeah, fucking Edinburgh. Fucking long way to get. Fucking 6 chairs. Was it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it was 8 chairs. I think. But they were rather special, and they're absolutely brilliant chairs. I'll tell you what they are, right? after the war, I can't remember the name of the designer. There was done by this designer. He made stuff out of aluminium. So they've got real sweep and curves and plywood. So they almost look like an old school chair. But the aluminium design is just gorgeous, and they're sought after chairs. You can't buy them. Yet they come on the market very rarely, and I bought them at a snip. But like I said, trouble was I had to drive to fucking Edinburgh to get them. So yeah. So going to Dorchester is pretty fucking easy, really. Only thing is I forgot. Someone's just fallen out of me. Just like fucking fall down. So yeah, it's what was I saying? Oh, I don't fucking know. Minimise travel. And for anyone who asks, oh my man. For anyone who asks, how do I, there's a few people, I've watched a couple of other vlogs. There's always been some criticism about, oh, you can't vlog, you can't do this, you can't, because you know, it's operating the camera. Well, I'm not. Because, I'll tell you why. I've got a wrist rack, which turns the camera on and off. So it's no different than fucking touching me phone to see what time it is. I'm touching me phone, bollocks. Touching my watch, because it's on the same arm as me watch. So it's like touching me watch to see what time it is. So no, I am totally hands-free. Fucking hell, do you see that band down there? Don't know if you saw that. So yeah, I'm totally hands-free, and all I'm doing is talking, which is no different than if I was talking hands-free on a phone, except I'm talking to myself, and I ain't got to pay attention to what anyone else is saying, because I don't even pay attention to what I'm fucking saying, and I'm only talking to myself. So yeah, perfectly legal, perfectly safe. I have to find me sunnies in a minute or two. They're a bit of a stretch away. That's probably more fucking dangerous, trying to fucking swap my glasses over. But that's alright to do, isn't it? Yeah, you watch some of these other vloggers, and it does make you chuckle, really. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it because there's no right or wrong. It's just people's opinions, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and that's it. And you can voice that opinion. Here we go. Look, you could have accelerated, couldn't you? Oh, fucking hell. No, dawdle along it. Fucking, I'm only doing 50, so you must be doing about 35 there. Yeah, everyone's got their own opinions. I know the reasons why I do these vlogs, and it's a bit of a memory jogger. And if it just makes one person happier, then that's a result for me. So that's good. But besides that, the reason I really do what I do is that I've got some sort of memory, some sort of traceability. So I've got to be honest with you, my short-term memory is fucking shocking. I can remember stuff I did when I was 5. No problem at all. Try asking me what I I did on fucking Tuesday, I have no fucking idea. I have no fucking... No, I couldn't tell you what I did on Tuesday. I got a job, remember what I did fucking yesterday? Oh no, I came from Wrexham, didn't I? How was it? Fucking hell, do you see what I mean? So, I think it's only going to be another, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And I won't even know which hand to hold me cocky. So, yeah, this acts as a bit of a reminder for me. And that's the main reason why I do it. Fucking a bit sad really, but I'm hoping I don't. But I'd rather, and I write stuff down, I keep diaries. Kira keeps telling me to, I've got a lot of stories of, you know, things that I've managed to, situations I've managed to get myself into over the years. And I've found myself in lots of funny predicaments. Well, mostly funny. And Kira keeps telling me to write them all down because, oh, I don't know, she finds them funny. I think she just finds me funny. Or a joke, I don't know. But she's with me and I love her, she loves me. So that's all that matters, isn't it? That's all that matters. It took me fucking ages to find the right woman. I had a few goes, right? But so far, she's the best one so far. I keep telling her that. I'm amazed I'm still alive sometimes. She does watch these as well. Not all of them. Every now and again she'll surprise me by saying she watched something. Surprise me. No, I'd say that to her face. I always tell her she's the best one so far. She is. Sun's coming up. So, M3 northbound. All the way back up. It was a good run down this morning. The sun's just coming up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's big and orange to me right. Yeah, the roads are pretty quiet. Very quiet. But then again it was early hours, wasn't it? What time now? 6:01. I've nearly done a fucking day's work. By 9 o'clock I'd have done 8 hours. Still want to be a trucker? You know, you just... I don't know, you just work. You know, if you come into this thinking that you're coming as a tramper, I mean, yeah, there are 9 to 5 jobs, very few and far between, right, but the money's shit. But you'd be home every night, and there's always this trade-off, isn't there? You know, our plan is work as hard as we can for the next couple of years. And that's the plan. And if that involves having to get up at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:15, half 12, whatever time I got up this morning. About fucking 20 to 1, I think. I was awake at half 12, though. Yeah, I went to bed at fucking about 7 o'clock last night. Kira phoned me up, I was already fucked up. Yeah, if it involves having to do that, you know, a small sacrifice now for a greater pleasure later, then that's the way it is. You know, we've got a pretty comfortable lifestyle. We're lucky. Very lucky. And that's not bragging, that's just, you know, we're lucky. But we work, both of us. I mean, Kira works really hard. And, you know, and I stick the hours in. I don't regard, I've got to be honest with you, truck driving is not, well, it's not graft, is it? It's not like I'm fucking breaking sweat. It's not like I'm digging the road up. Ugh, yawning. Yeah, but it's long fucking hours, you know. Long hours, and I'm away from home from, you know, sometimes Sunday night till fucking Saturday morning. And then I could be away Sunday evening. Only getting 24 hours off. So, you know. And if you're doing that sort of work, then you expect to be fucking paid. And, you know, I think we're reasonably well paid for the work that we do. Everybody can always ask for more and want more, but yeah, no, I think I'm quite lucky. I'd say lucky again. The company I work for pays pretty good. There's a lot worse out there. So I don't think you're going to see much of this sunrise, really. Although I'm sort of heading in the rightish direction. It's moving round. I'm sort of heading east. Well, I'm heading sort of northeast at the moment. The sun is behind all those trees to my right. If it was a clock face, and I'm looking at 12 o'clock now, it's about 2 o'clock. So I'm going to turn you off, and I'm going to power myself up with some more coffee and have something to eat. Not bad, do you think, yeah? When I got up, I had chili con carne last night. And I went to bed feeling quite full. But by the time I got up, I still felt full. Do you know what I mean? I hadn't fucking gone down yet. That's no fucking, I don't know, I think I had about 5 hours sleep last night. Don't know, I'll have to check. But I didn't, you know. That's the other thing you've got to get used to, sleep deprivation. And grabbing sleep when you can. Now, I'm lucky that I've always been able to, more or less, you know, as long as it's quiet. I should have put my fucking earplugs in. As long as it's reasonably quiet, I can normally drift off to sleep. I used to be really easy to be able to do it. I'm getting worse. I've got worse, I must admit, as the years gone by. As I got older, I found it more difficult. So I can't always do it, but the way I look at it is if you're lying down with your eyes shut, you're resting. The body's relaxed. And it is recuperating. You may not be asleep, but it's recuperating. You know, it's a bit like being on slow charge. Like trickle charge. go through the tunnel. I don't know if I've recorded going through the tunnel or not. Can't remember. How can I fucking remember? If it was 20 years ago, then I'd be able to tell you the fucking date and time. I'll speak to you later. Hello, time now 07:44. Just coming up to the Dartford crossing. Going to be going on the bridge. No, I'm not. Going on the tunnel. Not too far away. Uneventful journey. Traffic flowed all the way up. No hold-ups. A bit ropey going back the other way. There was a couple of traffic jams. I don't know what caused them, but slower traffic, I think. So, depending on when you go on the map, it looks like I just go down the A13, turn left, and I'm there. But generally, it's not as simple as that. There's usually a little bit of fuckery involved, like road too narrow, or fucking traffic calming, or fucking air control, or fucking something that the fucking powers to be have put in to make fucking truck drivers' lives a fucking nightmare. So going along on this side, I think it's 15.9 on this. There's two tunnels. I think this is 16.6 is the one on the right. I think the one on the left is slightly lower though, 15.9 I think. Find out at this bridge here, at this sign. What does it say? Yeah, 15.9 then. 15.9 for these two lanes and 16.6 for the other. So as I'm only 14'6", I'm alright here. Slowing it down a bit.
Keep right after half a mile.
There's the bridge, look. See that? Oh, we might not be able to see it. There's the bridge.
After 1,000 feet, keep right onto Canterbury Way.
So it splits into two.
Keep right. Drive for 2.7 miles.
Tankers all go through at the same time. I think they get. I'm not sure if they get escorted or not. All the fuel tankers go through at the same time. It's a bit narrow through here. lights at the end of the tunnel. For the 813. That one takes me off a bit too early. Traffic here.
After a quarter of a mile, enter the roundabout, take the second exit, towards A13, towards Barking.
Barking. Sat-nav said second exit, but they often have that wrong because it's not the second exit. The first exit is into a fucking, I don't know what it's into a fucking locked gated area.
Enter the roundabout, take the second exit.
See, there's the first one, and then, oh yeah, look, there's fucking concrete right across it. Here's the second here, according to them. Fuck's sake.
Drive for 7.7 miles.
Yeah, well, I don't entirely fucking trust her. Oh, this is flowing quite nicely. At the moment. So once I've done here, there'll be first time Friday, mad dash for fucking Southampton. Hopefully, I'll get home. I did have my doubts last night, even the early hours of this morning. I wasn't 100% certain it could be done. And it could still all go fucking horribly wrong now. Because now it depends on how long it's going to take them to unload. if there's 3 stages to the journey, I've done 2 of them now, and we're good. All Dagenham, as you can see, then it goes into parking. Ferry Lane industrial area, I've been in there before. Been to 2 or 3 places down here. Never been to this place before though. And it could either be really easy or a fucking nightmare. St George's Day today, by the way. Not that you'd know about it in this country, because that's sort of fucking frowned upon, isn't it? You start gobbing off about St George, you'll end up being some sort of fucking white supremacist, for fuck's sake. It's a patent fucking saint. But no, can't fucking talk unless he's a you can't fucking talk about him. Industrial round here. Whenever I see that sign there, it says London shop fitters. It always looks like London shoplifters from a distance. Now the truck sat nav takes me in a fucking circle, in a convoluted route to try and get to where I need to be. Google just tells me to come off this road, the road I'm on, turn left and I'm there. Shall I take the convoluted route, or shall I just turn left? I shall try and turn left. But this is where, I don't know if there's any fucking restrictions. Oh, hitting traffic, here we fucking go. Oh, fucking bollocks. Fucking bollocks. See, it was all going so well. Oh well. Well, it's chock-a-block right up to where I want to fucking turn left. At least we're moving. That's always a good sign. The wheels are rolling. know, you got to watch out for fucking moped riders and motorcyclists. We shouldn't have to encounter any fucking cyclists, but you know. Anyway, speak to you later. Right then. Quick tip. Just when you think the world is conspiring against you, you get a tip that's under an hour. I went into the cafe that's there. Fuck me, they're expensive. Apparently there's a cheaper one round the corner. See how easy it is to fucking get out of here. Fucking hell. I'm taking up both lanes. I'm like the world word of polio. You want to see my fucking hair? That's fucking mental. Now somehow I've got to get down here, stay in the left hand lane, go round the roundabout, which is sort of a roundabout, and then go back the opposite direction of what I am now. Well, to this road here. No one coming up on the inside of me, no one on the outside, so that's all fucking looking good. This is the one I want, A13 East M25. So down here.
After 800 feet, keep left onto Ripple Road.
We'll do that. Look at the blue smoke coming out of that fucker. Oh fucking hell, get the mayor onto that, Mr. Khan. Have him.
Keep left.
Keep left. Yeah, because I don't want to be going over that fucking bridge, that fucked me right up. Restaurant wholesale, where restaurant shop? Is it really?
After 600 feet, enter the roundabout, take the 4th exit towards M25 to east.
Oh, is that a fucking Meccano bridge? I've been round here before.
Enter the roundabout, take the 4th exit.
So these lanes are really narrow. So I'm going to have all of them. Well, 2 out of 3 anyway. I want to be where that Marmite truck is over there. Here we go. Right. Look at that cheeky fucker. Stay in front of me. And a van. Is the van going here? No.
Take the 4th.
So I've got no option. So I can't get round here.
To Dartford Crossing.
Without fucking hell. Taking all these lanes up. Fucking van's still trying to fucking get in. What is going on here? No fucking... I don't know. Fucking lights aren't working there. You expect the lights to work. They're all fucking mental round here. I hate driving in London. You know, I've got to take up 2 lanes here, otherwise I will not be able to get round. Because these roads were designed when fucking awesome carts were in fucking play. Don't fucking come over here. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Right, so we successfully navigated round that roundabout without fucking killing anyone. It's 40 mile an hour limit. I've got no idea what lane I need to be in, so I'm just going to stay in this one. Everyone seems to want to be in the middle lane. Middle lane. Isn't there something I don't know? Because all three lanes there go to the M25. And it's a well, it's now a 50 mile an hour limit. Great Eddie Stobart place there on the right. Their driver's getting fucking. What's going on there? Is he hit him? I think he fucking must have. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe being a good Samaritan. Trying to save his ass. Yeah, Eddie Stobart drivers, they get a bit of a hard deal really. Why doesn't the car move over? National speed limit now, so that fucking car should be motoring on. Instead you've got a Marmite truck straight up his ass. Busy fucking waving. The car driver's waving his arms about like trying to describe something to somebody else. Totally oblivious to the fucking great truck behind him, holding him up at 46 mile an hour on a national speed limit road, which happens to be on here 70 mile an hour. The fucking motorbike's dawdling along. That's not a fucking scooter neither. That's a what it is, but it ain't a fucking 90cc heap of shit. Ah, car's finally fucking realised, but it's foot down, look. to the right. Might just be able to make it out. Going to be going over that in a minute. So as soon as I'm over there, I'll bid you farewell. But you may as well stay with me till then. And then I'll make a phone call and hopefully, well, I haven't got time. I'm on almost 6 hours of driving. From here it's 3 hours back. Got allowed 3 hours. That takes me up to 9 hours. Job done. Good night, Vienna. People say, oh, you can use your £10. Well, the answer to that is fucking no. Because I asked the question, is that an emergency? No. Do I need to get out of the shit? No. I ain't fucking using it then. You know, because that's what that hour is designed for. You know, you plan, you know, do 9 hours, and then if you can't find somewhere to park or you get delayed or hold up, that extra hour is to get you out of the shit, basically. That's your get out of jail free card. You know, I could use that £10 and then be fucking, you know, into be £10 and then be fucking held up. And DVSA would go, yeah, but haven't you got another hour? Use that. Well, you're a fucking idiot then, aren't you? You know, I do use it. But it's more to get myself somewhere where I want to stop. And it's never usually by much. 10-15 minutes max. So I might, you know, I'm playing. And I'm pretty good. But today, I mean, I was just so lucky this morning with the dogs. You know, I was in the road there. I was just so lucky. You know, I've been that long on the dogs before, going in at that time. I've still been on there. I've got to do some fucking lane swapping around here somewhere, I think. Well, at least make sure I'm in the right one. I think I'm in the right one. I am. Otherwise I'll end up in fucking gateway again. I don't want to be doing that. There we go. Dartford crossing. Gap is a little bit of a braking distance, you know, to be filled by a fucking muppet in a white board.
Left towards M25 to Dartford.
Oh yeah. Dartford crossing. I think I need to be in this lane here. 280. We're going to have this lane here.
After 600 feet, enter the roundabout, take the third exit towards M25 to Dartford Toll Crossing.
Come the one.
Enter the roundabout, take the third exit.
Shouldn't come across me, you fucking loon.
Take the third exit towards M25.
They just fucking swap lanes. Don't realise they need to be in that fucking right hand lane to go round there. No lane discipline. There's nearly fucking 3 cars went into each other behind me. And the car in front just fucking swapped lanes. I on the other hand miraculously got it right, I think. This is always fun, getting onto the M25 here. There's that fucking Ford again, look. How did he get right behind me like that?
Keep right towards M25 to Dartford Toll Crossing.
Oh, that white transit or white van.
Drive for 2.9 miles.
So this lane has a very short slip road. As he just found out in front, luckily they moved over for me. Thank you. So the last time I came over this bridge was the early hours of this morning. About fucking 1:30, I think it was. 1:30, 1:45. Time now, 9:34. Can be in that left hand lane. Well, you can do that. Over the bridge. That fucking tipper driver there, look, going slow, and he should have moved over. And he's holding everybody up. 40 mile an hour, what a wanker. Good view today. You're up pretty high here. There's no footbridge across it. I don't think there's a foot crossing. It doesn't look like it.
Prepare to keep right after half a mile.
I'll let this truck go by me, and I'll move into the right hand lane as I go up the hill. And then is that
After 1,000 feet, keep right until Queen Elizabeth II Bridge.
what are you talking about?
Keep right.
There you go. Fucking hell.
Prepare to
Nothing
keep
like
right
changing 4 lanes.
towards Dover.
Holy fuck. So that is about it for the week. Been a few long videos. I'm going to try and get them up this weekend, ready for next week. Try. Got a bit going on this weekend. I'm going to give it a go, we'll see what happens. There we go. So, yeah, thanks very much. And hope you all have a good weekend. Back on it Monday.
6 miles.
Speak to you later.
Right towards M22.
Hello. Time now, 11:35. Just gone past Winchester Services. Clear rundown so far. All good. Not going on the docks today because they're running slow. And if I went on the docks, I'd run out of time. So that ain't happening. So it'll be a nice early finish, which will be absolutely lovely considering I started too early this morning. However, there's a trade-off, isn't there? There's always a trade-off. You know, get given in one hand, taken away with another. So because I'm not getting the boxes swapped over today, I'll be doing that on Monday morning, which means a 3:30 in the morning start on a Monday. Still want to be a trucker? Fucking hell, 3:30 start. So that means to me going in Sunday night. Otherwise, it'd mean me getting up at fucking like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's like, I ain't fucking doing that. So yeah, I'll be going in Sunday night, getting my head down, getting about 5-6 hours sleep, and then cracking on. So, and it's funny enough, it's back up to where I've just come from. So back up the M3 again. But at least I know where I'm going, so that's alright. And then there's a reload somewhere else after that. So yeah, no, I'll be alright. So that's about it really. That's Winchester Services, I've just gone by. Time now, like I said, 11:37. I should be back, done and dusted, parked up by about 12:30, 1 o'clock, home for 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Happy days. Just as well, because I end up spending the afternoon in bed because I'm fucking knackered. I don't know, I'll try and push on through. I'll try and push on through. Well, busy weekend really. So, that's an update. There you go, all done and dusted. Yeah, back at it, 3:30 Monday. Speak to you later.